are such an asshole.
Now, I want to say at the onset that this is not one of those type of videos. All right. I'm not a Democrat, and I know a lot of Democrats, especially you teachers out there, like, ooh, how do I hit on my students? So, one, we're not talking about minors. I know that's why you guys are all excited. You're all excited. So, if you're a Democrat or a teacher, this video is not for you. I'm terribly sorry. We're talking about adult students, and I have not read through the whole request, but I'm going to recommend ways you do that you don't get fired or violate your employer's policy. So it will not be anything as sexy as that. I'm sorry, National Education Association members. I'm sorry. This is not a how to go and diddle your students who are under the age of 18. I'm sorry. That's not what this is. Yeah, you just gotta get those. Hey, you teachers made me have to tolerate your asses for 13 years. I'm gonna get my pound of flesh and more. And you guys, I mean, I thought the teachers were bad in my day. Holy cow! Do you like penis? Don't ask out. Oh, if you ask out your student, that's bad. But hey, you might licking this type of lollipop. That's all fine. And they're 8. Okay. All right. So I'm sorry. This is for us mature adults. God, how far have we fallen that this is a topic that's a mature adult simply because we're waiting for the students to be 18. All right. Anonymous, obviously. Right. Hi, Cappy. You've mentioned in your videos that you have slept with students. Could you elaborate on how you went about this? Specifically, how did you initiate contact in a tasteful manner? Hey, I'm a good-looking dude who is a tutor teaching assistant at a place in a first world country. Okay, so already it's against you there. I could tell some of the lady students are interested but afraid of being fired. I'm afraid of being fired for inappropriate conduct. If one interaction goes bad, well, I can almost guarantee you they all will go bad. It is an issue of how bad will it go? Because I mean, let's just be honest. You're not gonna marry these girls. I mean, maybe you will. Who knows? It happens. Can't be getting tired. Video response would be great. Blah blah blah. All right, so let's talk about how I slept with my students. The main rule I followed is they were no longer my students. They had graduated from the college or the class was done. Also, again, I got to remind all the Democrats and the teachers out there, these were women who were adults. Okay. We are talking not minors. Don't sleep with minors. Okay. Just want to tell you teachers that. It's not what we're talking about here. Darn, said every Democrat teacher ever. I kid. It's not every. It's only like, I don't know, 50% of you. So yeah, that was the really boring thing is I just waited till they graduated from college, where I was teaching. Now also keep in mind, I have taught in many different capacities. I did tutor, but that was through a company called Wyzant, which I highly recommend. Those were good people. I cannot recommend Wyzant enough, either for a tutor or a tutoree. So I think they're still in business. Good outfit. Obviously that I didn't do that because any fraternization, that's what we're really talking about. Even afterwards, if they were college age, of course, I didn't really want that coming to bite me back in the ass. I also taught dance classes, obviously, but that was adult education, and there were rules for the community education programs. This shows you back in the day we were allowed to have fun. Well, how far back in the day are we going, Cappy? So far back in the day, there were thin women who were hot. No! Were the dinosaurs there? Yes, and Rolo was in high school. That's how long back. That's how far back in the Wayback Machine we're going. The community education is ran through the schools. At least some of the programs were. They had rules like you're not supposed to date your students and da 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 da. And I actually would follow that pretty well, to be perfectly honest, because I appreciated teaching the classes. But then there'd be like these, what were they like, conventions, sort of, or just community, an industry conference, for lack of a better word, and predictably, 99% of these programs are headed up by women, and the women were like, and at one time I was a pretty man. I was young and good looking, and the girls, I didn't really think about it that much, but in hindsight, here's this little. At the time, I was 23 when I started, but I taught for 14 years. So here I am, this strapping 20-something man who's good looking, knows how to dance. These gals were gossiping, and they wanted to know all the dirt. So I'd go to these things like, "Oh, how's dance class?" It was really good. I sent the evals, and well, were there any girls there? Yeah, there was, 17 girls according to um, the attendance. No, any cute ones? Yes, some were cute. Did anything happen? Yeah, I taught a dance class. No, you know what I mean. Oh, did I break the rules? Well, yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. And I think that was probably the last generation of middle-aged women that didn't have Sequoia redwoods up their asses. And so it was on paper frowned upon or verboten. I didn't get caught. I didn't get in trouble once. No one cared. No one filed a complaint. Of course, this is like what, 20 years ago. Yeah, 24 years ago when I first started. Again, Wayback Machine, skinny girls, dinosaurs. Rolo was in high school. But there, even then, it was, I won't lie, it was more for timing than anything else. I had it down. 5 classes, one a week for 5 weeks. Then there's the field trip. Okay. Field trip wasn't ordained by the program. It was just, I said, hey, I got a field trip. I'd invite all the different students from all the different classes to show up. And that's where I would make my move. So even then, the vast majority of time, the classes were done and over. There was no violation of policy. But I never really worried about that as much. I mean, there were, towards the end, what I would do is I would have it on the 4th class because I knew a lot of the cute girls would not show up for the 5th and final class. So happy with the strategy here. But yeah, it was, but I don't think that applies. You are at a university setting. Let me see here. You're a good looking dude. You're a tutor and teaching assistant at the university. All right. Well, I presume if you're a TA, you're in a master's program, you're making your money there and your education is based off of it. You are a tutor, so additional money is based off of that. And I am sure there are crystal clear rules written governing fraternization with students and dating students and things like that. What was that? The simple rule of wait for them to graduate from college would be the universal rule that I would follow, and I did. But I don't know, maybe there's some leeway in the university you work. What's their policy? They got to have a policy, because not every program and institution across the Western world has Sequoia redwoods growing up their asses. I remember working, I think, campus security. No, campus security did not allow us to date. We're not allowed to date the 3 girls that work there. I know some places it's okay. I know some employers, you can date at work. It's fine. I mean, it's rare, but it's fine. And I gotta think, despite all the thumping of the chest or the boobs in the case of feminists, males included, that, oh, don't you dare hit on a girl, it's a place of education. I think there's some normal girls who would like, I mean, if you're a good looking guy, they do like you, maybe they like you to ask them out. And so maybe there's a will on the part of the women, and their policy might even allow for a way. But how Can you risk that is what the thing is. And if you're a TA, that means to me that you're in a master's program, so your education is pretty freaking serious. And so even if there was a policy that allowed you to date your students after tutoring them, after teaching them, and they went on to a different class, I'd be somewhat I don't know how it is in your country. The false forcible bedroom not fun time accusations have kind of tapered down, although that's maybe the news just isn't covering it. Be careful. You're not in a good freedom speech country. You're not. That's just as woke as my country, probably worse. And I don't know what just how high a level of victimhood mentality college age girls over in your country have. I don't. Or what the environment is like in your particular campus. But even if the policy did allow you to date after obviously you're done tutoring these girls and being the TA for their class, I would just be still good policy, follow protocol. Hey, if you don't, go get what's it called? Oh, Randall Bentwick. The Pence principle. Go get that. It's a little extreme in what he recommends, and he's not saying you do all of this. He's just like, these are things you could consider. I mean, you could really secure your house with a ton of security system and it would be going overboard. So you pick and choose what you're going to use. But I'd text only, no phone calls, have email, have every conversation recorded over the text anyway. Wait till they're done and they're out of, and send them a text. No, we have to wait until that. I'm very thankful and humbled and flattered, but policy states So perhaps maybe after that we could have a coffee. Oh, he's just such a nice Boy Scout getting a coffee after the thing. Yeah, you got way more riding on this than I ever did. I mean, I taught part-time. I could take or leave the job. I didn't need it. The dance class, the old ladies were pushing me to go get some tail. That's I think the last time. They're all older now. They're retirement age. Those are nice gals. They were good gals. I remember one in particular. Well, any cute girls? No. There's gotta be some. Well, not in our district here. And the other one, let me tell you what's going on in Bloomington. Things are blooming, if you know what I'm saying. I didn't say that. But they probably would have laughed because, again, this is before the Sequoia Redwoods were up all the middle-aged women's asses. Yeah, I would just, you have a lot riding on this, so I would go fish in another pond. And then maybe, follow up with policy, take away it's safe, record everything, cover your ass. Do so wisely and safely. Because, dude, I could just see it. If you're good looking, you have sex with them, even after, then out comes the false forcible bedroom not fun time accusation. So there you go. Again, apologizing to the teachers. This is not about underage children. Terribly sorry. This is about adults. I don't know. Maybe you can gossip about it at the next National Education Association meeting. Are we going to teach them about financial planning? God, no. We're going to teach them about the 328th gender and why that's a new reason they're oppressed. Oh, man, everyone's going to bed. Only 52. Poop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Anything? Scrolling. No. If they're younger, yes. If they're adults and you wait for them to get out of college, that's fine. That's fine. And what is grooming behavior? Look, 8-year-olds talking to him about sex, that's grooming. Okay? That's grooming. It could also be grooming in a political sense. It doesn't have to be sexual. It could be like, you like free stuff, don't you, Bobby? You hate Donald Trump and want to kill him, right? That's grooming. No. 18? You're 18. You're an adult. I don't. That's the law. You're good to go. And that's which is, but I do understand, like, if there's a conflict of, like, if you're still teaching, hell no, absolutely not. Because there's a conflict of interest, like, oh, you're giving me good grades for sex, or you're giving me sex for good grades. So absolutely not there. But yeah, but after it's all said and done, you can date your teacher. And you guys wanted to date, or like not date, but any of you guys wanted to bang like your hot babysitter that you had back when you were a kid. Then you got older, you're like, oh dang, she was hot. And you'd be like 18, but she'd be like 24, perfect at the time. You'd be like, hey, I wonder where she went. That's it. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.